Welcome to Immigrant English, real conversations for real life. Today, we're talking about what happens on your first day in a new country, focusing on immigration, customs, and lost luggage. Join us as Natasha and Tom share useful phrases and real-life scenarios to help you navigate this important journey.
Tom, can I ask you something personal?
Of course, Natasha. Go ahead.
What was your first day like when you first arrived here? I'm flying in next week and I'm honestly so worried about it.
Oof. My first day? It was chaotic, to say the least. I remember landing with way too many bags, my phone wasn't working at all, and I almost got stopped at customs. It felt like one thing after another.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. Just the thought of it makes me nervous.
Believe me, I know the feeling. But hey, I survived, and you will too. It's a rite of passage in a way. So, what specifically are you most concerned about happening first?
What happens first, like right after I get off the plane?
Okay, first stop, no matter where you arrive, is immigration. When you leave the plane, just follow the signs. They'll usually say something like passport control or arrivals. Just keep walking in that direction.
And then what? Do I just stand in line?
Exactly. You'll stand in a line, usually divided by citizens or residents and visitors. Make sure you pick the correct line for visitors or non-residents. When it's your turn, you'll go up to the officer.
And what do they usually ask? That's what makes me most nervous.
It's normal to feel that way. They're just doing their job. They usually ask pretty standard questions like, "What's the purpose of your visit?" Or, "How long are you staying in the country?" And a very common one is, "Where will you be staying?" Or, "What is your address here?"
So how do I answer those calmly and clearly?
Just be honest and concise. For example, if they ask about the purpose of your visit, you can say, "I'm here on a student visa to study at Boston University." Or if it's a tourist visa, "I'm here on a tourist visa to visit my family and see the sights."
What about how long I'm staying?
For that, you might say, "I'll be staying for 4 years as per my visa," or "I'm staying for 3 weeks, then I return home." And when they ask where you'll stay, simply state, "I'll be staying with my aunt." And remember, always have your passport ready. You can say, "Here is my passport," or be polite and offer, "Would you like to see my documents, such as my visa or acceptance letter?" They appreciate clarity and preparedness. Don't volunteer too much information. Just answer their questions directly.
Okay, that makes sense for immigration. Then customs, right? After I get my passport stamped?
Right, exactly. After you clear immigration, you'll follow the signs again. This time, look for baggage claim or luggage collection. You go there, find the carousel for your flight, pick up your suitcases, and then you head towards customs. Everyone goes through customs.
What if I bring... Well, let's say I bring too much chocolate and maybe some cigarettes for my friend. Will they stop me?
Ah, the classic dilemma. Then you better be ready. Customs officers are looking for specific items and quantities. If you have more than the allowed limit of certain goods, or things like large amounts of food, plants, or undeclared cash, you have to declare them. They might definitely stop you then.
What kind of questions do they ask if they stop you?
They often start with, "Do you have anything to declare?" This means, do you have any items that are restricted or that exceed the duty-free limits? They might also ask, "What's inside this box?" If they see something unusual, or specifically, "How many cartons of cigarettes are you carrying?" Or, "Are you carrying any food items?"
So what should I say? Should I try to hide it?
No, absolutely not. Always be honest. It's better to declare something and maybe pay a small duty than to get caught trying to hide it. That can lead to much bigger problems, even fines or confiscation. So, if you have those cigarettes, you can say, "I brought 6 cartons of cigarettes for personal use." Or if it's chocolate and spices, "I have chocolate and some spices from home. They are gifts for my family." And if they decide to check your bag, just stay calm and cooperate. You can say clearly, "Yes, you may check my bag." Or simply, "These are gifts for my family," as they're going through your things. Remember, they're just doing their job to protect the country's borders.
It still sounds a bit scary, honestly.
It can be intimidating, I know. But if you're honest and polite, there's usually no issue. They process thousands of people every day. Just be prepared, know what you're carrying, and be ready to answer their questions directly.
Okay, that makes sense for immigration and customs. I think I can handle that now. But what if my bag doesn't arrive at all? I mean, I have my whole life in that suitcase.
Oh, that's a fear many immigrants share, and it happened to me on my first trip actually. It's a common issue, so don't panic if it happens. The first thing you need to do is not leave the baggage claim area. Look around for signs that say, "Lost and Found," or "Baggage Services." They are usually very close to the baggage carousels.
So I go there. What do I say? How do I explain it?
You approach the counter calmly. Start with a polite phrase like, "Excuse me, my bag didn't arrive." Then they'll ask for your flight information and details. So be ready to say, "I flew in from Warsaw on flight BA243, and my name is Tom Novak." Make sure you have your flight number and your full name ready.
And then, will they just know where it is?
Not always immediately. They'll likely ask you to describe the bag so they can look for it in their system or in a holding area. They might say, "Can you describe your bag?" Or, "What does your suitcase look like?" This is where you'll need to be very specific. You can say, "It's a black suitcase with a green strap wrapped around it." Or, "It's a hard shell suitcase, dark blue, and it has a red tag with my name written on it." The more details you give, like the brand, color, size, or any unique tags or stickers, the better. They will also ask for your baggage claim tag, the small sticker they put on your ticket. Don't lose that.
And if they find it, do I wait for it?
Usually, they won't make you wait at the airport if it's not there immediately. They'll process a report, give you a tracking number, and then they'll say something like, "We'll deliver it to your address tomorrow," or "We'll call you when it arrives." So, it's really important to have your local address ready and a local phone number if you have one already. Even your aunt's address and phone number would work.
Okay, having my aunt's address ready makes sense. That's a relief to know what to do. Thank you, Tom.
All right, Natasha. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the moment you step off the plane to dealing with a missing suitcase. Now, let's quickly review some of the most important phrases you'll hear and use. I'll say the phrase, and you can pause the audio and repeat it out loud to practice. Ready? First, for immigration, remember, what's the purpose of your visit? And a phrase to present your documents. Here is my passport. For customs, when they ask about your belongings, do you have anything to declare? If your luggage is missing, what do you say? You say, "My bag didn't arrive." And finally, how to describe your bag. It's a black suitcase with a red tag. Great job. Remember, you can pause here and repeat these out loud as many times as you need. Practice makes perfect.
Tom, thank you so much. I feel a little better now. Much more prepared.
Thanks for listening to Immigrant English. We hope this conversation has given you confidence for your own journey. Subscribe for more real conversations and practical phrases to help you navigate life in a new country. Remember, you're not alone on this journey.